From MontanaSports.com, this is MTN Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Extra. I'm Tom Wiley. Thanks for joining us. We'll begin tonight in the Rodeo Arena, where one of Montana's most successful cowboys is hanging up the spurs after a successful career that included 10 trips to the Wrangler National Finals in Las Vegas and nearly $2 million in winnings. MTN Slim Kimmel caught up with the Corvallis cowboy to talk about where he's been and where he's going.
Caleb Bennett has had memorable rides and favorite rodeos, heartbreaking buck-offs, and devastating injuries during his pro rodeo career, but the relationships with his fellow cowboys stand above the rest.
The brotherhood and that camaraderie of the bareback riders is unlike anything else, and I've always looked forward to that time in the locker room or that time behind the chutes, getting ready. That friendship you build, that brotherhood, you know, it's unlike anything else I could ever explain. I mean, I don't even know if there's words that can explain it, but that is something I know for sure I'll miss as the years go on.
Bennett, who has called Corvallis home with his wife Savannah since 2018, announced his retirement from pro rodeo in December. His career started in 2012, but of course his love for rodeo goes back much further. There's just that click where, like the roping and stuff and the riding bulls, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't on my mind as much as riding bucking horses. And I feel like that's when, at a younger age, when my level of riding started changing, and I noticed it. I started craving it more, and as I progressed and got older, senior in high school, that's all I could think about. He dabbled on the professional circuit while in college, making the move to full-time pro in 2012. It was amazing what it did for my riding when I started taking care of myself, really preparing, actually doing the stuff behind the scenes that a lot of people don't think you do or need to do. And that's when everything just turned, and I left nothing else on the table. That's what I was going to do that year. I was going to make the NFR, and I was going to start making a living doing something I loved, and that was the first year of 10 NFRs that I qualified for. The years of training turned Bennett into an overnight star in the PRCA, and from there, it was a whirlwind career. You take a beating. You go from just riding a broke gentle horse, roping cattle, you know, or just loping around a pasture, and all of a sudden now you're tying to something that's going to try to tear your arm off. And even clinics I teach nowadays, that's the first thing I tell kids when they're there and they've never been on one. You better have the grit, you better have this on your mind, it better be something you want, because it hurts. It hurts from day one, clear through the end of it. The hurt is partially what eventually led Bennett to calling it a career. I still can bend over and touch my toes. I can still get out of bed in the morning without aches and pains. And my wife and I want to have kids one day, plan on having kids. And I want to be able to get down and up off the floor and play with them and take them hiking and do these things. And that's when it all just hit me. It's like, you know what? I'm going to finish this year off strong and have fun doing it. If I make the NFR, awesome. If I don't, I know at the end of it, it's right, and it's probably what I need to do. As he rides off into the sunset, life is really just beginning for Bennett. He and Savannah are expecting their first child, a girl, in May. That's one bonus, I guess, to being retired before your first one hits the ground, is I'm actually going to be able to help raise this little one. Unlike all the other rodeo guys that I hang out with or, you know, been buddies with, they have to kiss their kids goodbye and their wives goodbye to go on the road. That ship sailed and passed for me, so now I'm home every night and every day with them. Bennett is still transitioning to his new 9-to-5 job at his father-in-law's car dealership, which includes Salmon River Quality Motors in Salmon, Idaho, and Hamilton RV and Quality Used Cars in Hamilton. He's sold a few cars in the 3 weeks he's been on the job, but few have recognized they're dealing with a world-class bareback rider. I'm incognito now. I'm in a ball cap and sweater, a vest, you know, and just enjoying everyday life and being able to be at home and come home to my bed every night with my wife, and it's a huge blessing, and I'm very thankful for all of it.
That is good stuff.
Reporting in Corvallis, Slim Kimmel, MTN Sports.
Well, rodeo might soon become the official state sport of Montana as a proposed bill works its way through the legislature. House Bill 190, introduced by Stevensville Representative Greg Overstreet, would add rodeo to the list of Montana state symbols. Dozens of folks spoke in support of the bill during a hearing at the state capitol last week, with the committee taking executive action and unanimously approving the bill for a hearing on the House floor. This is the second attempt to make rodeo the official state sport. Last year, a ballot initiative failed to garner enough signatures to appear on the November ballot. Back to the Big Sky grind for Montana and Montana State after a Cat Grizz rivalry weekend. Highlights from Bozeman, Missoula, and beyond when Sports Extra.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Welcome back. After last week's thrilling edition of the Cat Grizz rivalry game, Montana and Montana State resume competition against the rest of the Big Sky Conference. MTN's Kyle Hansen takes us to Missoula, where the Grizz men continue their four-game homestand.
Well, the Montana Grizzlies were back at home on Saturday afternoon here at Dahlberg Arena as Montana welcomed Sacramento State to town in the first meeting of the season between these two teams. For the Grizzly men, it was their turn to celebrate the annual N7 game, which of course honors Native American heritage, and the Grizzlies broke out the turquoise jerseys as they were looking for their fourth straight victory and looking for the big win over the Hornets. The Grizzlies wasted no time in picking up a double-digit lead, and that was thanks to Amari Jedkins getting the basket to go and the foul here. You knew Austin Patterson was going to have a big game against his former team as he buries the three-pointer here from Montana. Then, nice pass from Malik Moore down to Kai Johnson for the easy layup. Then, how about one more from Patterson as he had 11 points against the Hornets, and the Grizzlies would run away from this one right from the get-go as they led 38-26 at halftime and never looked back. Here's Tajon Sawyer finding Kai Johnson for the three-pointer as he finished with 15 points. Now it's Malik Moore in the corner knocking down a three-pointer of his own. As for the second straight game, the Grizzlies were scorching on the offensive end as Montana shot 56% from the floor and 46% from three-point land. And also for the first time since 2006, 12 different players would score in this one for Montana as they made quick work of the Sacramento State Hornets as Montana would go on to win this one 87-59. Joe Pridgeon would also add 11 points for the Grizzlies, while Money Williams and Malik Moore would each score 9 and Tajon Sawyer put down 8 as the Grizzlies pick up their fourth straight victory and continue to roll in Big Sky Conference play as they remain at number 2 in the standings and pick up the big victory on N7 night. Reporting in Missoula, Kyle Hansen, MTN Sports.
MTN Sports' Grace Lawrence here in Brick Breeden Fieldhouse as Montana State men's basketball closes their game week hosting Portland State. They're coming off a big win over Sacramento State on Thursday. Brandon Walker hit a career 1,000 points on Thursday night, driving through the lane, a little shifty move in the paint with the pump fake and a finish at the rim. Here's one of 8 first half points for Patrick McMahon, gets the mid-range to fall. Kelsey Phipps right here beyond the arc. He's thinking about it, and then he lets it fly, and that one's good for the Vikings. They're keeping it close this first half. Tyler Patterson for 3 sinks it with a shoe falling off, puts it back on, and Bobcats are up 38-35 at the half. Jumping into the second, McMahon here taking his defender down in the lane, spins under the rim and connects for the 2. And then McMahon connects with Jed Miller here for 3. That's good and gets the crowd absolutely rocking in the brick. Miller connects on a no-look dime to Sam Lechlot a couple of plays later, who grabs the lay-in. I believe they call this Alaska Air for McMahon, who hails from the state. Clear the runway. Oh my. PSU makes it close, though, goes on a run to end the game, making it 74-73, Bobcats up. But MSU holds on for the win. In Bozeman, Grace Lawrence, MTN Sports.
Well, the fiercest rivalry in the Frontier Conference shifts to the basketball court this weekend with a Digger Dog doubleheader. MTN's Luke Shelton takes us to the hardwood in the mining city.
Hey everyone, MTN's Luke Shelton out here at the Hyper Complex, and we are officially over halfway through the Frontier Conference regular season as Montana Tech and Montana Western get set for round 2. Now after this, the Ordigers are on the road for the next 2 weeks, so let's get right to those highlights. Women's game first. Western held on for the win in Dillon a few weeks ago, but the Bulldogs haven't won since and are now looking to end a 4-game skid, while Tech has dropped its last 2. And a nice start for Western. Peyton Hagee with the bounce pass to Isabella Lund, who scores and draws the foul, and the Bulldogs on top. Tech answers as Avery Carlson with the dribble drive finishes the layup, and it's a 1-point game. And a few minutes later, Tech up by 1, but look at the pass from Maddie Moy and the reach from Kenzie Peterson, who knocks down the shot as Western retakes the lead. But now end of the quarter, 0.8 seconds left, and off the inbound from Hallie Neibauer, it's Hallie Haber off the glass, and the 2 freshmen put the Ordigers ahead again. 1, 2, 3, and from there, Tech pulls away as Kyle Wasson drops in a corner tray to make it a double-digit lead, and the Ordigers storm to an 83-67 victory, and that's the most points they've scored in a conference game this season. Men's game next, and number 9 Montana Tech looking to make it 8 wins in a row. Well, a back-and-forth first half, and here's Jalen Stepney pulling up and burying a tray just before the buzzer to make it a 1-point lead for Tech at the break. And let me give you a stat from this game. 25 lead changes tonight as Abi Adedo hits the short jumper, and that puts his team up by 1 late in the second half. Now Tech swings back as Hayden Deacon's off the glass, and Tech leads by 1. But of course, this game comes down to the final moments, and with the game tied at 66, here's Keely Bake nailing the go-ahead step-back J with 0.7 seconds left, and the Ordigers survive Montana Western 68-66, and Tech wins its 8th straight game and remains the team to beat in the Frontier. In Butte, Luke Shelton, MTN Sports.
Well, the Box Elder Bears are the undefeated defending Class C basketball champions, and they played their entire season to date without their best player, Trayson Gillett. But his return will only bolster the Bears. That's just one of the games MTN's Will Charlton covered today in the Central Montana Roundup.
We got an important Makeup Boys Basketball Eastern AA showdown here at CMR today as the Rustlers welcome in the Billings Skyview Falcons, 2 teams near the top of division standings.
Right from the jump, the Falcons would take flight. Willis Frederick on the kick out to an open Zakai Owens, who nails the 3-pointer to start things out. But the Rustlers quickly answer with some range of their own, and it's Jonah Van Tassel, or should I say Van Splashel. Then it's Tayshawn Williams on the move, and man, that's a sweet step back 3. That's as pure as it gets. Merrick Fisher saying no, no, no here on the defensive end. If you like transition offense, this play is for you as Williams gets it down to Owens, who goes back to Williams, and that's a tough finish. Here's Frederick down low. He'll draw the contact and deliver the 2. And if one step back wasn't enough, here's Williams again. Skyview comes into CMR Fieldhouse and steals a big win on the road, 64-51. These 2 will meet again before season's end. Then defending Class C boys champ Box Elder, and to keep its season perfect here in Centerville, Miners get going thanks to a tough move from Cale Annis, although it will be all Bears from this point on. Star senior Trayson Gillett is back for the Bears after being injured to start the season, and looks like he's already back to form here. Then Gillett gets the steal, and he'll dish it off to fellow senior standout Drayton Anderson, who does the rest. Same duo, and what a pass from Gillett, and Anderson goes up with the offhand. Gillett feeling confident, he nails it from way downtown. And here's Tuari Stiff-Arm Rosette doing damage on the baseline with the textbook turnaround J. The first time these 2 played was close, but this one was not. Box Elder rolls 85-45 to remain unbeaten. Will Charlton, MTN Sports.
Well, our cameras are on the sidelines all over the state, but the MTN Sports team cannot be everywhere. And that's where we need your help. If you're at a game and you see a play or moment that you think we should see and makes your jaw drop, make sure to let us know. Send an email to scores@montanasports.com or tag us on one of our social media channels, and we'll count down the top 5 plays of the week every Monday on Game Changers. When we come back, a trip to Western Montana to visit with some of the state's most surprising hoops teams as we approach the postseason. Sports Extra.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Well, sitting nearly 2 hours away from both Kalispell and Missoula, the city of Thompson Falls is off the beaten path, but there's something special happening with both the boys and girls basketball teams this season. MTN's Derek Joseph has more on the Blue Hawks in the seat of Sanders County.
You know, it starts with the kids. They've just shown up with the right attitude all season long.
The Thompson Falls boys and girls basketball teams are both 5-0 in their districts to start the season and sit at the top of the standings in their area. While the two teams may not play or practice together, it's easy to see their strengths are built off the same important foundation: chemistry.
We've been playing with each other like the same team for 2 years now, like the exact same girls. We had no seniors last year, and so our team dynamic is really good. Like, we don't have any problems and we all play together really well.
Fitchett also says coming back with the same team has helped the Lady Hawks avoid some initial growing pains most teams face by taking what they learned from last season.
We weren't amazing, but it was a building year, and this year really just shows that we all get along really well, and we came into the season knowing positions and knowing what we had to do to excel, and we're definitely showing that.
For the boys, the team is led by 9 seniors who have played together since childhood. Coach Mickelson says the team's long-standing history has made the players eager to share the ball with each other.
It's just good chemistry with the group. You know, everybody's got the opportunity to shoot the ball. Everybody likes to rebound. They like to get steals. It's just a really fun group to be a part of.
Now with their recent success, the boys and girls teams have loved sharing that success with the rest of their hometown.
Playing at our home court is really special just because we have so much support from our community and just all of the fans. Like, there's parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. They all show up just to support the Lady Blue Hawks.
Both teams are looking to take their hot starts to the state tournament. Thompson Falls senior Bryson LaCour says there is a simple recipe to making that goal a reality.
Working hard. We just got to work hard and get 1% better every day, and I think we're doing it. We've been doing it the whole season, so I think come tournament time we'll be ready.
In Thompson Falls, Derek Joseph, MTN Sports.
When we come back on Sports Extra, a sophomore grappler has made a massive leap after a disappointing end to last season. Stick around. Sports Extra will be right back.
Download our free app and take MTN Sports with you. Just search Montana Sports in the App Store or Google Play. Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Well, some of the best wrestlers in Montana State history failed to win 4 straight titles, and that's exactly what Billings Skyview's Chris Grossman is trying to be. He's on a mission to redeem himself after a disappointing finish his freshman year. MTN's Alec Boffinger has more.
In 2 weeks, Billings Skyview sophomore Chris Grossman will take aim at a state wrestling title here inside First Interstate Arena. And with that, he hopes to shake the memories of last year's runner-up finish.
I lost to a kid I shouldn't have. So when I lost, I was like, oh, the season's over, nothing I can do about it. So the whole offseason, I just wrestled, did freestyle Greco, and grinded.
He matured by also realizing that wrestling is not just an individual sport, but it's also a team sport. So he's been doing a better job of building up the people around him, especially the incoming wrestlers, the freshmen, kind of showing him the ropes. Even though he's a sophomore, it feels like he's a senior in our wrestling room.
Grossman isn't kidding when he says he went to work. He spent the summer traveling around the country competing against some of the best America has to offer.
I went to the U.S. Open, Fargo, Northwest Regionals, and Regionals. Just all the big ones. Kind of got my butt kicked in some of them, but...
The grind doesn't end when he leaves the wrestling room. Chris has an older brother that's a senior on the Falcons team and an 8th grade brother in Hardin, so they have their share of battles at home.
When I take Devin down, sometimes goes in the fist, but most of the time he beats me up pretty good. My little brother, I go easy on him kinda, but he's getting a lot better. Seeing him out there really puts a smile on my face.
Grossman hopes his maturation and dedication lead to state wrestling gold in 2 weeks. In Billings, Alec Boffinger, MTN Sports.
And that's all the time we have tonight for this edition of Sports Extra. And remember, the conversation continues online at MontanaSports.com, where you will find standings, power rankings, and features from across the state. Have a great night. We'll see you next week on Sports Extra.